shouting ends. The tears dry. The slammed door eventually opens again. But the words spoken in the heat of anger, they don't come back. They stay, hanging in the air for days, echoing in the silence of the night. And worse, they settle in the heart of the one you love and leave a scar, a small scar that, when stacked with others, hardens love until it simply can't feel anymore. Today, I'm not giving you tips on how to fix your relationship. I'm opening your emotional toolbox, the one you use during a fight, and I'm going to show you the 5 emotional weapons of mass destruction you may be using without realizing just how lethal they are. And weapon number 3, it's the most dangerous, because it hides behind vulnerability, but can end everything with a single shot. The victim, a 1-minute war story. Let me tell you about Laura. Her war lasted less than a minute. In the middle of a silly argument with her boyfriend, she snapped. At the peak of her anger, she looked him in the eye and fired. "Maybe we should just break up then." She told me the silence that followed was the loudest sound she had ever heard. He didn't yell. He didn't argue. He just looked at her with a kind of disappointment she'd never seen. Stood up and left. He never came back. Laura didn't want to end things. She just wanted to be heard, but she used a nuclear bomb to ask for attention and found herself alone in the rubble. I'm telling you this so you don't have to learn the same way. The Forbidden Arsenal, 5 emotional weapons. Now, let's open the box. It takes courage to look at the weapons you're holding, but once you recognize them, you can choose to never use them again. Weapon number 1, the machine gun of injustice. You always do this. You never help me. When you say always or never, you stop being a hurt partner and become a prosecutor. You erase every good memory, every effort he's ever made, and you trap him in a corner where the only option is to defend himself. You're no longer arguing about the wet towel. You're putting his character on trial. Weapon Chapter 2, the shame blade. You're just like your mother. You sound exactly like your father. This is one of the lowest blows. You leave the battlefield between the two of you and recruit the ghosts of his family to fight on your side. You stab the oldest wound, a wound he may have carried since childhood. You're no longer discussing the relationship. You're humiliating his story, and that destroys admiration. Weapon number 3, the nuclear threat. Maybe we should break up. I don't know if I even want this anymore. This is the most destructive of them all. Why? Because it doesn't attack the problem. It attacks the foundation. It shakes the ground beneath your relationship. When you threaten to leave, you're telling your partner, "This place isn't safe. My love for you is conditional and could disappear at any moment. Even if you make peace later, he'll never feel fully safe again." The seed of doubt was planted. Weapon 4, the gas of silence. You're overreacting. You're imagining things. It's subtle, but toxic. This is gaslighting. You're not just disagreeing with his feelings, you're denying his reality. You're saying, what you feel isn't real. You're broken. Your emotional radar is faulty. Slowly, he stops expressing himself. Not because he trusts you, but because he no longer feels safe to speak. Try this instead. "That's not how I saw it. But I want to understand how you felt. Help me see it from your eyes." Weapon number 5, the door slam. "You know what? Forget it. I'm done talking about this," said in anger. This phrase is an act of power. It's not resolution, it's emotional punishment. It sends the message, you're not worth the effort. Your pain isn't important enough for my attention. You don't close the fight. You lock him out with all his emotions. And there's nothing more painful than being invisible to the one who should see you the most. Laying down the weapons, your first aid kit. Okay, you know the poison. Now here's the antidote. The golden rule. You're not enemies. You're a team. The problem is the misunderstanding, not each other. Instead of drawing a weapon, build a bridge. Replace your arsenal with a first aid kit. Instead of, "You always say," Love, when that happens, I feel hurt and unseen. Can we talk about it? Instead of invalidating, I didn't see it that way, but I want to understand why you felt that. Help me see it through your eyes. And the most powerful sentence of all, the one that replaces every threat. I'm really angry right now, but I'm not against you. I'm just deeply hurt. I need some space so we don't hurt each other. The peace treaty, the final choice. A fight is a fire, and in the middle of that fire, you have a choice. You can be gasoline, or you can be water. Your ego, your rage, your wounded inner child. They'll want to throw gasoline. They want to win, but your love, your wisdom, the grown woman you are, she knows the truth. There's no real victory when you hurt the person you chose to walk life with. Next time the flames rise, take a breath and ask yourself, do I want to be right, or do I want to keep us? That answer could save your relationship. Your promise. If this video made you think, if you recognized one of these weapons in yourself or in someone you love, make a promise right now. Leave a comment that says, "My words build." Let's create a movement of people who choose to fight for love, not within love, and share this video, not as a jab, not as an accusation, but as a peace treaty, a gentle invitation to build a space where even anger can exist without destroying what's sacred.